Cross Highmont at 210, United 683.
Guys, 5867, cross Baba 210 knots.
Baba 210 knots, SkyWest 5867.
On airport 2 o'clock, 20 miles.
Inside 11.
Up 1101, turn right, heading 325 to join final, subject approach, runway 35 left.
325 to join 35 clear. By 35 left, clear for vision. That's 7.
250 better, United 2395. We're set up for the RNAV Zulu.
How are you then?
Level 225, descending via the Class 335 right transition.
United 788, Denver push altimeter 3027, kilo turn, expect runway 35 right, visual approach.
Expect the visual, we've got kilo, United 788.
After approach at us 939, 20.2, descending via the next 235 left, kilo.
Southwest 939, Denver push altimeter 3027, expect runway 35 left, visual approach.
Visual 35 left at us 939. 5.12.
Left.
Right, 325, cleared the visual, 35 left, United 1596.
And 2364, subject approach, runway 35 left.
Clear the visual approach, 35 left, United 2364.
Southwest 1101, maintain 170 knots or greater to diamond, traffic off your left with the parallels in RJ.
170 greater to diamond, that's 11.
Good afternoon, maintain 210 knots or greater, find the visual approach, runway 35 right.
Alright, 35 right, 210 and greater, we'll do it Southwest 610, thank you.
South 610, fighting at 280 back to final, trying to maintain 1000.
Eddie 280 down to 1000, Southwest 610.
Approach 133.62, let them know you'll do so.
3362, so long, Scott, 5867.
Out of back, 3 Fox Charlie, counter approach 128.25, let them know you got the weather. Plus 1101, contact tower 133.3.
33.3,
Information, kilo.
Top 675, Denver, approach altimeter 3027, set running 35 right, visual approach.
35 right, visual, we'll expect it, Southwest 675.
Approach, good afternoon, Denver, altimeter 3027, expect the visual approach.
123.85, Aeromexico 650.
Skywest 3142, heading of 010, back to sequence, descend maintain 13000.
Heading 010, descend maintain 1313,000, Skywest 3142.
For Skywest 5564, ILS, whatever you want.
I guess I'll expect the visual then, Skywest 3564.
Roger. Yeah, I would like to, but missing the GPS today.
No problem. Left back to sequence, descend maintain 13000.
Turn left, 1313,000, Skywest 5787.
Approach United 360 Heavy, sending 230 on the next arrival with kilo.
United 360 Heavy, Denver, approach altimeter 3027, set runway 35 left, visual approach.
3027, we'll expect 35 left visual, United 360 Heavy.
Within 20 miles of you, so I'm going to let you go fast up the dog. Cross dog at 210 knots, there'll be a visual.
110 knots, United, for the visual, United 2395.
United 683, connect approach 133.62, let me know you already slowed.
3362 will do, United 683.
That's 4635, if you're not already there, slow now to 210, link.
Yeah, we're in the slowing process. 240 slowing to 210, Skies 4635.
Skies 5272, connect approach 120.8, we'll see you.
208, Skies 5272.
31, contact approach 120.8.
Approach 120.8, Frontier Flight 731.
867, maintain 170 knots to chord.
170 knots to chord, Skies 5867.
3000, descending via the Class 3.
Plan 731 approach, good afternoon, plan the visual approach 135 right.
Plan 35 right, visual approach, Frontier Flight 731.
Skies 5101, turn 15 degrees left, back to sequence, descend maintain 13000.
15 degrees left, 13000, Skies 5101.
Skies 6787, contact approach 123.85.
Good day, Skywest 5787.
Skies 5101, maintain 210 knots or greater, contact approach 123.85.
5.3. 536, 6665.
10,000, 35 left, guys, 787.
At 4364, maintain 170 knots to Diamond.
170 to Diamond, 2364.
Air Mexico 658, fly heading 310.
Heading 310, Mexico 658.
City 3.
Approach, Skywest 5101 at 14,000, descending 13,000, 210 or better on the speed.
5101 to approach, climb 35 left, flighting 050, descend and maintain 1000.
And 050, 1000, Scout 5101, 35 left.
10 knots or greater.
210 or knots, 210 or greater, Frontier Flight 731.
Right, visual approach.
Expect a visual 35 right, Delta 982.
Southwest 939, contact approach 123.85.
2385, Delta 939, good day.
Skywest, correct, Skywest 3142, turn left heading 080.
Left heading 080, skies 3142.
Good morning, Denver, United 1125, runway 22.8, descending via ski 2 for 35 left, and we have Lima.
United 1125, Denver, approach altimeter 3027, runway 35 left, visual approach.
35 left, United 1125.
Skywest 3142, flighting 070.
Heading 070, skies 3142.
United 788, contact approach 120.8.
120.8, good day, United 788.
Low approach, Scout 5946, 20.6, descending via the ski. 280 intel published, we have Lima.
Skywest 6946, Denver, approach altimeter 3027, expect runway 35 left, visual approach.
Alright, visual 35 left, Skywest 5946.
Denver approach, good day, Volaris 982, information kilo, descending via mix to arrival.
Volaris 982, Denver, approach altimeter 3027, expect practice runway 35 right, visual approach now.
Air 3027, vectors 35 left, visual approach, Volaris 982.
Volaris 982, negative, expect runway 35 right now.
35 right now, Volaris 982.
Skywest 3142 at 13,000, with the speed of 210.
At 13, reduce speed to 210, Skywest 3142.
United 360, maintain 250 knots to the left, contact approach 123.85.
250 till advised and 2385, good day, United 368.
Southwest 875, at the turn. Volaris 982, turn 10 degrees right, vector for your runway, descend and maintain 13,000.
3 degrees to the right and 13000, Volaris 982.
Skywest 3142, contact approach 123.85.
2385, skies 3142.
Southwest 875, contact approach 120.8.
20.8, Southwest 875.
Skywest 5093, reduce speed now to 210, half behind the arrival at the risk.
8787, turn left heading 020, airport 10 o'clock and 15 miles.
020, field flight, skies 787.
8787, this covers approach runway 35 left heading 020 to join the final.
020, joint cleared, visual 35, left, skies 787.
Skywest 3142, flighting 060.
Heading 060, skies 3142.
Speed till advised and cleared visual approach 35 right, Frontier Flight 731.
Approach Southwest 875, 13,000 descending via the Clash 3, information kilo.
South 875, Denver approach, I have the final visual approach, runway 35 right, turn 10 degrees right, vectors final, maintain 10,000.
10 right, vectors final, maintain 10,000, Southwest 875.
South 875, maintain 210 knots.
210 knots, Southwest 875.
34 right over high mom, United 2285.
Be the T-bar.
United 604, Denver approach, Lima current, altimeter 3027, expect runway 35 left, visual approach.
Select 35 left, we have Lima United 64.
United 604, verify current altitude.
Leaving 22.6.
Cleared visual 35 left, Southwest 939.
That's 3142, turn left heading 020, intercept the local island.
Left heading 020 to intercept 35 low, skies 3142.
Cat 360 heavy, descend to maintain 13,000.
And maintain 13,000, United 360 heavy.
That's 5787, traffic out your right and left for parallels, contact tower 133.3.
We're target A, skies 787, left skies. 88.
United 2395, reduce speed to 190.
Speed 199, 2395.
Approach altimeter 3027, expect runway 35 left, visual approach.
35 left, roger, 3027, skies 4709.
Delta 982, reduce speed now to 210, half behind the arrival at the risk.
210 knots, Delta 982.
France.
170 or greater to France, Roger flight 1731.
United 788, the airport 12 o'clock, 20 miles.
Airport inside, United 788.
United 788, clear visual approach, runway 35 right, maintain 210 knots, so advised.
210 so advised, cleared, visual 35 right, United 788.
Approach United 241, descending via for 35 right.
United 241, Denver approach, good afternoon, upon the visual approach, runway 35 right.
Right on the visual for 35 right, United 241.
United 2395, center maintain 10,000.
10,000, United 2395.
With Lima.
Got 3545 there, approach to be a visual 34 right, reduce speed now to 250, thanks.
Visual to 34 right, reduce speed 250 knots now, Skywest 6545.
The ski 35 left with Kilo.
Southwest 1069, Denver approach altimeter 3027, straight runway 35 left, visual approach.
35 left visual expected, 1069.
United 604, maintain 280 knots or greater, so advised for sequence, it's a good ride here.
Okay, 280 or better, so advised, United 604.
Falcon 783, Fox not Sierra, contact approach 126.1.
26-1, 3 Fox Sierra.
Polaris 982 at 11,000, reduce speed of 210.
Speed 210, Polaris 92.
00 to join visual 34 right, United 1057.
United 1057, you're also clear, visual approach 34 right.
Clear visual 34 right, United 1057.
Got 5468, descend and maintain 900,000.
Hey, everyone. So it's still loading in the stuff. So today's flight, by popular demand, I'm going to be flying the Eclipse, which looks like it just loaded. Yep. Let's get to the weather transferred, and once the weather's transferred, I'll log in. It's still transferring. All right, there it goes. There's no clouds anyway, so I don't know. It's not going to make any difference. Let me switch to this real fast. BRB. And we need to log in here.
Connected to PilotEdge.
We need full screen for this to work. There we go. Ruben Plains, how are you, sir? How are you this afternoon? TGIF to you. Traffic Global. Let's bump up to GA. So this is C Coders or X Coders Telluride, which is a custom airport. And there's a waterfall over here. I'll show you guys that too, which is kind of cool. But by popular demand, people have been asking, that's particularly, if I'm going to fly the Eclipse, and I figured why not. So we're going to fly to Albuquerque, which is actually the home of the Eclipse. It's where they build them. So we're going to fly home, essentially. And let's get this overlay going here. was going to say I'm not sure I count as people, and I just landed at Albuquerque the day before yesterday in the TBM. Well, this is going to look familiar then. And before I forget, because you know I get scatterbrained sometimes, let me show you guys the waterfall over here. It's a little bit of a hike. This is the ski resort at Telluride. This has a winter texture as well that you can load, and it looks very, very nice during the winter. So this is the ski resort, and there's actual gondolas that travel up and down the mountain, and this is all lit up at night. It's very, very pretty. And if you set the time of day for like 5 p.m. or whatever at certain times of the year, you'll get like campfires in this area, so that's kind of cool. And the this is one of those scenery packages that you have to load the name of the airport. You can't change the name of the airport, otherwise the plugins within the scenery package will not load properly. This is one of the few that you have to do that. This is the town of Telluride, nestled in between all these mountains. I bet that would be freaking awesome to live there or even visit. I want to visit here. I want to get a charter flight to fly in. All right, so the waterfall, you can see it even from here. And you'll notice when we get closer, you'll have sound of the waterfall, which is also pretty cool. Of course, the animation of the waterfall looks better further out, like right here. But you get close, and now you can probably hear. Here, let me turn the sounds up. It's at 16. So you can hear the waterfall, which is pretty cool. All right, that should be good. Paid scenery. Oh yeah, this is payware. This is C coders or X coders, or I can't remember which his name is, but yeah, you can get it on the org. It's very, very worth it, and it probably goes on sale every now and then. But like I said, it comes with a winter package and it's the summer package. See, now that we're a little bit higher, you can't hear it anymore. You have to be close for the plugins to work. And the other reason I chose to do this flight test is because I wanted to show you just how insignificant VNAV is with this aircraft. Because we're going to file a star, which has VNAV restrictions associated with it. And how are you today? I'm doing good, buddy. How are you? You got any plans this weekend? Any plans? All right, we need to come back over here for a moment. So we're going to be flying the I'm going to file the Lobo. Now it's VFR conditions, I believe. I mean, it's obviously VFR conditions because there's not a cloud in the sky. And we're going to be taking off on 27. So slight, actually it's wind 0, so there's no wind, no clouds. This is like freaking awesome. Telluride never is wind calm, so this is freaking great. Look at that. No wind. Albuquerque, variable at 5 knots. This is a perfect day for this flight. Perfect day. There's like no clouds. No clouds. I'll get rid of that. We're going to come over here. So, since we're going to be taking off VFR, I'm going to take off VFR, then we'll pick up the IFR flight plan in the air. So, there is a way to get your clearance in the air. And Ruben says, I'm good. Going to do a flight tomorrow, like a real world flight. Oh, I see what you're saying. And sim flight, you're going to go Amsterdam to Princess Juliana. Yeah, that's a nice scenery too. I have that too. I fly that on VATSIM quite often. Well, not very often. Maybe like once every 2-3 months. I'll fly into Princess Juliana. It's also like what I usually do is I'll fly into Princess Juliana using my A320, and then I'll switch into my Kodiak with floats, and I'll fly to that other small airport that is like very close to it. If I don't want to do actually, I fly to that airport first, and then I put on the floats after I land there. And Das says, your experience with it is usually offline, but there I'm not flying a star, so knowing top of descent can hold me up. Yeah, so that we're going to cover all that today, and why I say it's not a big deal with this airplane. Because the VNAV for airliners is important because your workload is just so much. With this airplane, you have pretty much zero workload. There's like, this plane is so simple. Is Telluride not towered? No, this is a CTAF. There is. This is not a controlled airport. It's CTAF. It's just advisories. So you have an AWOS, not even an ATIS. You have an AWOS. So you have a weather station on board, and it's just CTAF. So, but if you were going to get clearance, then you would use, if you wanted to get clearance from the ground, clearance departure and clearance services provided by Denver ARTCC, ZDV on frequency 12535. So you could call this, but in most cases what they do is they call. There's a phone number that you would call, and then you would just get your clearance on the ground by a phone call. And that's how PilotEdge simulates their phones. They simulate it with 122.2. So if I was going to get clearance on the ground, we would use 122.2. But since we're going to be getting our IFR clearance in the air, you can use either this frequency as long as you're close to Telluride, or you can always go to the world low en route, and we're going to be using the Durango VOR as our reference point when we get our IFR. So you zoom in, since we're going to be VFR initially, will be under class alpha. So you look for these blue stamps, Denver Center 118.575. So that's the frequency I'm going to dial in to get our IFR clearance, because these blue stamps tell you the frequencies for the area. So this is the Durango area, this is the Farmington area, which just happens to be the same frequency, but you get the idea. There's blue stamps all over the place. You've got Albuquerque 132.8. So whatever you're near is the blue stamp that you'll use. So for our purposes, we're going to use these blue stamps. Do you have P3D, Ruben asks? No, I don't. I have only 3 sims, although 7 Lima Yankee has me beat on that. He's got 4. I have X-Plane, which is my primary, Microsoft Flight Sim, and DCS. I guess DCS would be my second go-to flight sim, and then Microsoft Flight Sim would be my last. That's more of just like touring sim to me. And Das says he doesn't own it. And do you say Denver ARTCC or Denver clearance when on the ground? You would say Denver Center. So you would always call by the call sign that you would identify them with. So for us, this is Denver Center. That's what the ZDV is. It's the area of their. So these are all Denver Centers, these stamps. And then you can use like an approach. So if the approach were to have, say this was Denver Approach instead of Center, then you would contact on 122.2, the simulated phone call, you would call them. But we're going to be getting the IFR in the air, so that's why I'm saying we're going to use these. I used the ARTCC to get flight following to Albuquerque. Yeah, you can do that too. Yo, Denver. Right. I called Albuquerque ARTCC though, but called them departure as I wasn't sure. Yeah, I mean, they're probably not going to make a huge... They might just answer by saying what their call sign is instead of correcting you. But yeah, whatever the chart says, it's the call sign. So even if you call up flight following in the air, you always say whatever the frequency is that you're calling. So if it's an approach frequency, then you identify it as approach. If it's a center, you identify it as a center. And PEATC answers always. I also called an air, but was right near the GUP VOR. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do this flight plan, and I'll brief the star once we're in the air. So we're gonna Eclipse, 5 passengers. We're gonna fly all 230. So let's figure out our fuel. And the weight of fuel gallons for Jet A is 6.5 pounds per gallon. If it's just GA fuel, it's 6.0. So we're looking at 1244. So 1244 divided by 6.5 is 191. So I'll just round that up to 192. 192 gallons. And Telluride is 3048 for the altimeter. And the other thing is, let's say you wanted to, let's say that it was super cloudy at Telluride and you couldn't get out of here on VFR conditions. So naturally then you would do an IFR hold, right? So the question is, how do you depart Telluride on because Telluride doesn't have any SID. So you would depart on an obstacle departure procedure. So you would come to this, go to takeoff minimums, do a search for Telluride, which is right here. So you got Telluride and you got departure procedure for runway 27. So this is the magic word. Has to be procedure, not obstacle. You need a departure procedure to depart an airport under IFR conditions. Or you can use VCOA, and VCOA is basically, let me see. It's visual climb over airport. That's what it means. Visual climb over airport. So this departure procedure probably requires a minimum climb of 265 feet per nautical mile to 10,000, or 54.3 for climb visual conditions. So you have 2 ways to get out of here, but in a jet you could just do this one without any issue. And this is a little bit different. I'll cover that once I'm in the air because I don't want to sit here all day. We'll have plenty of crews to talk about this stuff, so I do want to come back to the visual climb stuff. So we'll come back to that. All right, so Albuquerque is landing 3 and 8. So we're going to file our IFR flight plan here. Florida Jet 1399, we are slant Golf, and we're going to file 230. file. And this is probably us, yep. SID, ODP, and SD, I think, are the three. Yeah, 709 for Jet A at Telluride. Yeah, matter of fact, I looked that up. No, that's Albuquerque. Yeah, let me see here. I got my iPad fuel. Let me see. My iPad doesn't show it, interesting enough. But yeah, it's definitely not cheap at this airport. All right, flight plans on file. So we'll come back over here and we'll get the airplane started. So I got the fuel. We're going to remove these and let's add a kid there, and we'll make that a kid. 100 pounds, and I need 192 gallons. So that's our gallons of fuel. We are, there we go with our fuel. So we're going to close the door, add a ground power unit, and we'll get rocking. And like I said, I'll come back to the visual and climb and all that other stuff, because I'm going to discuss the SID with this airplane, I mean the Star. So I figured I'd cover that while I'm at the cruise, because it's going to be a little bit of a long flight for this airplane, so I just want to get in the air before I sit here too long. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're going to do on, and bus tie. Get these going. Turn on our nav lights. Got our people inside. And we don't have to worry about our clearance, but we do need ATIS, which is 120.625. So 120.625. Transfer.
Durango La Plata weather.
3036.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3036.
Wait a second. What happened to my weather program? I think I accidentally closed my weather program. I don't know why that happened. That's so weird. I don't know what I did. So let me update the weather and then get ATIS again. There's one that's not a SID or ODP, usually only used in lieu of the other two. Cannot recall if that SD or something else. Well, the one I was referring to is called VCOA, which is climb in visual conditions over airport, or visual climb over airport is what I was going to discuss, because that deals with your climb performance. 7 Lima Yankee. Can't imagine what signature charges knowing the beast that they are. I know. They're like the biggest, or one of the biggest FBOs around. Force weather reload. I thought I'd done this. I must have X'd out of it accidentally or something. That's a drone. That's not a real person. Alright, let's get our ATIS again.
Durango La Plataco weather. Wind 240 at 6.
Oh, you know what? It's picking up Durango's weather, not actual
-5. Altimeter 30.
Telluride. What is Telluride's? I must have the wrong frequency wrote down. Let me see. 18. Yeah, I'm using the wrong the wrong one here. 118 325.
Telluride RG.
There we go. Now we're on the right one.
Wind calm. Visibility more than 10.
All right. Altimeter.
Temperature 14.
3047.
-8. Altimeter 3047.
Now we're good. Because Telluride's elevation is 9,078. So we are right on the money with pressure. That's why you double check all that. That's an ODP, I believe. The third option I'm saying is used in untowered, where there's no concern of obstacles and there's at least 1 star. So then there's no ODP or SID. Yeah, I know like you can take off at pretty much any airport. There's like a standard departure on every airport, but I'm not familiar with that. I haven't studied that at all, other than the fact that I know it exists. So anytime that I take off under IFR conditions, if it's overcast, if I don't have a departure procedure with that airport, to where ATC can do a 1 in 1 out IFR, then I'm not going to do it, because obstacle departure without a departure procedure, ATC cannot do the IFR hold. So if it's fogged in, I want that IFR hold, 1 in 1 out. So yeah, under any airport you can probably take off even if it's cloudy, if you know the terrain, but you're not going to have a 1 in 1 out hold. So I've only used SIDs and departure procedures. And then you have obstacle departure procedures also, which is like what I did out of Jackson Hole last night, which is kind of like, I mean, it's a published SID, so I always use whatever is published as something to where ATC can give me a hold. That's the main thing that I look for. So then there's no ODP or SID. Yeah, I think I already covered that one. Okay. All right, so we're going to be squawking. We're going to be squawking VFR initially. The guy's just walking around or flying around. And we're going to be heading, I guess, east to be odd. So we'll climb up to 15.5, 1,800 feet per minute. So we'll do flight director heading and vertical speed. And I'll put that on Skyview. And flight plan. We are at X Telluride, and we're going to be using DRO Durango VOR, and then we're going to be going to Albuquerque, and then we're going to, from Albuquerque, we're going to load an arrival, and we're going to plan ILS 8, and the star is Lobo, I think Lobo 3, and we're going to use that from Rossi, and the approach will start at Hamster, or Campster. All right, so that is our flight plan. That's our map, and we've got terrain here, and we're going to put map, flight plan, stretches out 20 nautical miles. So flight plan is entered. It's on the departure workshop. I'll link you the timestamp for it sometime. Well, let me ask you, is if it's not a SID or an ODP, can you have the one in, one out rule on what you're talking about, Das? Under that workshop, do they specifically say they will put an IFR hold on just an airport departure, like an obstacle departure? Because I'm not 100% sure, but I am pretty sure that you would not be able to get an IFR hold unless there is an actual departure procedure. See, I wish like Aviator or somebody was here, because those guys know, you know, all that stuff. So we need the departure procedure, so we're not going to worry about it. Let me see. So let me come back over here for a moment. So this departure procedure, this is what you would need if you're going to get an IFR hold. So we would climb to 12,000 on a heading of 276 to the, what is that? That's Cones VOR. To the Cones and the Cones VOR radial 0962 Cones for all aircraft departing Victor 382 southeast bound. Continue climb and hold to 14.2, or you can do visual climb over airport, and then you would have to get ATC approval for climb and visual conditions, and I'll cover that, like I said, after a little bit. But this would be the IFR hold that I'm talking about if you needed one. I guess you could do this as well, but so this basically says climb to 12,000 on a heading at 276, that's just a heading, and then the 096 radial. So the 096 radial, it's easier to see it on the VFR. So 096 would be, this is 9, so it would be 096, be like right about here. So you just go to the radial right to the Cones VOR, and then if you're departing on Victor 382 southeast, then you continue climb and hold to 14.2. And what was that? It was 382. So this is 382. So if you needed to go this way, then you'd have to be at 14.2 before you continue on 382. So you'd have to be at 14.2 to make this MEA, which probably shows here. Yeah, it's 15.5. So you have to be at 14.2 to even depart this area. So you would just climb and pattern hold here, and then you could depart. So that would apply to us. So if I was going to do an ODP, I would actually add So if you needed to do the ODP, since the ODP has the cones VOR as part of the departure procedure, to use this for an IFR hold, you would have to add, let's see if that adds it. Nope, it doesn't. Here, let me do this. Cut ABQ, damn it, ABQ. Does that work? Yeah. So this would actually be your flight plan. If you were going to do an IFR hold, an IFR departure, using this departure procedure, you would have to include the cones VOR as part of your flight plan. But since I'm not, I don't have to worry about it because we don't have to do a procedure. We're just taking off VFR. So you'd have to do that. Otherwise you could leave it off, because that's the airway that we would use. So that's why I didn't file it, but you would have to include that for an IFR out of Telluride. You'd have to include that, if that makes sense. You can if it matches what I say, I believe, because it is seen as a procedure. I disagree, but if I only disagree because I've never seen or heard of it done before that way. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not 100% sure about it. But I know that it has to be a published procedure in order for an IFR hold to be placed on top of an airport. I think it has to be published. Just a airport procedure that is done at a local airport, I don't think is enough. But like I said, I'm not an expert on that. I've never used anything other than an ODP or a SID ever. So I really don't know. I just have never seen anybody use it in regards to a hold, to an IFR hold. I always thought it had to be a procedure of some sort. But again, don't know. All right, let's get this party started. So I don't need this thing anymore. So actually I can use that. Get rid of that. And we'll do battery start. And we'll turn on the beacon light. We are ready to rock and roll here. Engine start is on. Start engine 2. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me if it's not published. But I don't know. I've never done it that way. But I don't know this stuff like textbook knowledge. I just don't have that. I know enough to make it around the environment. That's all I need to know is to get around. You're more of a VFR expert. You know way more VFR stuff for sure than I do. Even though that's IFR related, I'm just not sure. But that'd be a good question for like the PilotEdge Discord questions to find that out if you can get an IFR hold. So if you get an answer to that, I'd be very happy to listen or to get the answer. All right, we got 2 good engines. We're going to turn on our generator, otherwise you'll lose battery. I've done that before. And we're going to put our cabin pressure to normal. Well, that's fine. We'll do a test on that stuff. Taxi lights, and we're going to squawk mode Charlie. Let's get our ATIS again.
Telluride RGN
3047. Windcom. So we're good there. We're going to do flaps. Takeoff. See what I mean? How this plane is like so simple. I'm already up and running. already up and running. That's why I don't fly this too much, because it's like so simple. It's like a boring flight for me. Alright, Telluride Airport. I can't remember what the CTAF was. So CTAF is 123. Maybe it doesn't like that window. Or maybe I'm too far away. Alright, let's try this. 1, 2, 3. What the hell's wrong with it? There's probably another way to... Now, none of my things are working. Frequencies, CTAF.
Between
123. Oh, that's nav. God, I'm an idiot. Jeez. See, I don't fly this thing. Comms over here, and we're gonna want. What was that frequency I said earlier? I wrote it down. It was 18 something. 18575. Okay. 7,900 feet. All right, home. Now I'm good. Good heavens. All right, so we are on CTAF. Let's push up, get some power. Here. Telluride traffic, Eclipse 1399, taxiing to runway 27, Telluride traffic. Alright, so let's check our controls. We got controls on the ailerons. Let's come down here. Runway heading is 276. So let's do 276 on that. Durango is our first waypoint, so we're good. Can fly it the whole trip. Then if it's so simple, that's a good one. Too lazy to hand fly it the whole way. You could. I just don't want to pay attention to the altitude the entire time. I mean, like you just don't have the workflow that you do with like an airliner. So for VNAV type of stuff, you know, with ATC and programming and putting in all your, you know, your weather information and the FMC and doing a second flight plan and all that type of nonsense. It's just, you know, there's a lot more work. So that's what I mean by as you don't really need VNAV for this airplane, even though I don't think it has. Yeah, there's no VNAV on this. I think that might have been, like, they could make that VNAV at some point. So before I get out of here, I'm gonna let my dog out real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay. I'll let him back inside before I call up ATC. Okay. Do landing lights and beacon. And I'll do starters for continuous. Flaps are set. Trim is set. Telluride traffic Eclipse 13-9, taking off runway 27 for a straight out departure. Telluride traffic. All right, let's get on out of here. And yeah, I agree. This plane is way easier to hand fly than the Epic. It really is. This thing is like a floater too. The FMC is easier as once you set it up. You press a button, it does it all. With this, you have to tell it when to descend. Yeah, but I mean, as long as you pass the, that's what it's going to show you. Like passing through the altitude restrictions are simple. And this does have an auto throttle, ATS, so that's the main thing. That's the hardest part on these airports is the maintaining your speed within the star. The altitudes are simple. All right, 50%. Engines are all in the green. I'm gonna go full power just so I can get off the ground, and then I'll back off the engine so we don't blow an engine. Bouncy. Pull back on the yoke a little bit so I try to take off this bouncing. It's 90 knots, and we're up. Gain a little bit of speed. Gear coming up. There's an airplane directly over us. That's just a drone. Flaps out. Back to throttles out of the orange or yellow. Looks like we got another bogey directly in front of us. He's descending, so I'm going to get out of his way. Should see him off right over here. He's level with us. It's so hard to see aircraft.
Traffic. Climb.
Okay, climbing. I still don't see him. Turned out of his path, so that should be good enough. There he is. No, that's not him. Dirty monitor, that's what that is. Alright, now we're definitely above him.
Clear of conflict.
Alright, so we'll just continue up this way. Climb up to... Let's see, that's the cones VOR, so that would have been the 1st waypoint on our IFR if we needed it. But Let's put these starters to regular. And we'll turn off our, actually we'll leave our landing lights on. It's kind of a busy area. And the cones VOR is 1655. Transfer that. Durango is 50 miles. Enough now, so we'll go to Denver Center and we'll pick up our IFR. Turn on the autopilot. Straight to the Durango VOR. Let's go up to 17.5. That'll be easier. Make sure we have enough altitude to get our clearance to hear the center. Once we get to our VFR cruise altitude, I'll give them a holler. Alright, we'll turn off our landing lights and taxi lights. It's 1655. Yep, so that's right, and Denver Center is 18575, so we're on that. Make sure I'm showing up on the map still. I've been having some internet issues. Okay, everything looks good. Let's do 270 for now. Put that on. How many miles away am I from Durango? I am 41 miles north of Durango? Yeah. 40, we'll say 40 miles. Good afternoon, Denver Center, Florida Jet 1399. VFR 40 miles north of Durango, VOR at 17,500. To pick up IFR into Albuquerque.
Florida Jet 1399, Denver Center, squawk 5233.
5233, Florida Jet 1399. 52. 33. You don't ident unless they tell you to.
Florida Jet 1399, radar contact 37 northwest of Durango, altitude checks, and clear the Albuquerque VOR via the Durango VOR, and climb and maintain flight level 230.
Clear the Albuquerque VOR via the Durango VOR, climb and maintain flight level 230, Florida Jet 1399.
Florida Jet 1399, the readback is correct, and on the Lobo 3 arrival, as you found, the MEA is higher than your filed altitude. What's your intended cruise altitude?
Just so I can fly the the star, I can adjust my cruise altitude, if that helps, for Jet 1389.
Yeah, it's got to be at least 250 to get you on from Rosie.
Okay, let's do that then. I'll climb to 250 if that works for you, Florida Jet 1389.
Florida Jet 1389 does. After Durango, direct Rosie to join the Lobo 3 arrival. Climb and maintain by level 250.
After Durango, clear direct Rosie to join the Lobo 3 arrival and climb and maintain by level 250 at Florida Jet 1389. Alright, I'm going to make a note of that because I wasn't thinking. Alright, so 250, let me add that note before I forget. Where is that? Telluride to Lobo. Alright, 25. Alright, now my dog is barking to come back in. So, Barrow, standard. And let me do a direct to, if I get this thing to work. Direct to from my waypoint, nav. Climbing out, and I'm gonna hold this up at 210, and we'll go IAS mode. I'm gonna let my dog in, and then I'll check back with chat. Let me know if Marcus calls me on the radio while I'm letting my dog in. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Before I read the rest of this chat, did Marcus call me? Did I turn off my landing lights? Yeah, okay. No calls? Alright, cool, thanks. Alright, so that was that. We're still climbing out at 1100 feet per minute, so that's cool. Alright. Did it show a different altitude on the chart than he's saying? That might be an MEA for that stretch. Let me see. I'll pull up the chart. Actually, I can just pull it up over here. Sky Vector. Oh, let's clear that. We're going to be going to Albuquerque. ABQ. Lobo 3. And we're taking it from Rosie. So, from Rosie, oh, I see. The MEA for this stretch is 250, and I filed 230, so that's why he changed it on me. So 250 is the minimum from Rossi. I guess I could have gone from Lobo at 2.3, but 250 is fine, but that's why. So I'll come back to that star in a moment. I'll get things figured out. So this is 2 different tiles of ortho. One comes with the Telluride, and the color doesn't match. So this is the Fork Boys ortho, I think, and this is the ortho that comes with Telluride. Once we get up here to flight level 250, I'll reset this. Top speed on this is 273 indicated. Otherwise, you get the porpoising effect. All right, 273. This view. I'm going to change that view. Let's see if I can change it to this one. There we go. So now I'll check the star for Albuquerque. And arrival, Lobo. So I check our waypoints. So we got Rossi, then Sky, and then Forum. See, there's no altitudes, we have to do this manually, but the speeds we can adjust by the ATS. So Forum, Lobo, Joklu, iTune, and then we're set up for the runway 8, so we'll be coming this way. So it would be iTune, Musk, Donald, Hamster, Camster, Unser. For the ILS runway 8, which is an RNAV coupled with a precision approach. So you got RNAV from here, so Camster and then Unser, and then JLab. So that is all good. Takes a little bit to get this thing going, but we're making progress. Alright, so our actual first altitude restriction that we'd have to worry about is not until here. That's the first one. However, the speed, I mean, we're going to be pretty close to 270, so I probably won't even touch it. 273, it's close enough. So we don't have to worry about any altitudes until we get to Joklo. So how it doesn't climb like the Epic single turboprop first twin turbojets. I know, this thing doesn't climb anywhere near as fast as the Epic does. I don't know why. Maybe the propeller just has more of a bite. This is not a very powerful business jet, and you know, it's a lot slower than like airliners, because you know, airliners are like what, 320, 330 indicated. You know, the most I can get out of this, and I'm still almost full power. I mean, I am full power, and it's barely creeping up to 273. And I don't have any drag. Flaps are up, gears up. There's no warnings or anything. Cabin pressure's fine. Delta P is fine. All that is good. So it's just one of them things. So to do a top of descent, the easiest way to do it is just to take your altitude times by 3, so 75 miles from the airport would give you your top of descent, like rule of thumb, top of descent. So you just times whatever your altitude is by 3, so 25 times 3, 75 miles, and then Albuquerque's Albuquerque has a VOR of 13.2. It's 13.2. Albuquerque, nav 2, and then we can come down here and we'll do bird 2. So that's pointing toward, I thought that would give me a DME. Because I don't fly this thing that much. It's a nice looking airplane. It flies nice. There's nothing wrong with this airplane. It's a very nice airplane. It's just, I just don't fly it that much. So we got nav 2. Interesting, it doesn't actually show. TCAS, I don't need that up there. I can put it over here somehow. Nope. That's interesting. I would have thought you could have gotten the distance to show up. Does it show up on this? Yeah, it shows up here.
Jet 1399, contact Albuquerque Center 134.6.
Albuquerque Center 134.6, PilotEdge 1399. Still can't make it to the speed I want. Albuquerque Center, PilotEdge 1399, flight level 250.
250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250
Jet 1399, Albuquerque Center after Sky, descend via Lobo 3, arrival Albuquerque, altimeter 3032, and we runway 3 transition.
After Sky, descend via the Lobo 3, arrival runway 3 transition 3032, Jet 1399. After Sky, we can descend via, so we can't descend until after Sky. Of course, we wouldn't descend until after Sky anyway, but we'll descend after that. Yeah, this thing is very underpowered. I don't even have, I got a 22 knot crosswind, so that might be some of the issue there. So we're at 75 miles, so we're basically there. That's the only way to do that, I guess.
Number 72 Charlie, Eagle Ground, say again your position, please.
I was getting 1,800 feet per minute out of Jackson last night in the A320. That's pretty bad performance for an A320. Did you take off out of Jackson Hole after you landed? Like, did you do the return trip? Hopefully you went toga.
Number 72 Charlie, Eagle Ground,
the Epic
runway
sees 4,000 to 5,000 feet per minute. Yeah, so does the CRJ.
Alpha, cross runway 25 at Bravo 3.
What are you trying to show? The DME. The BRG is just brings up your other nav equipment, you know, Skyview, Nav 1, Nav 2, so whatever you have programmed. So I have Nav 2 programmed to the Albuquerque, but it's not showing, it's showing a direction, but it's not showing a DME. I was wanting how far away. Like, the only way I could figure out how far away is to go to the VOR, and it shows there how far away. So, because we don't have to worry about descending
Phoenix ground runway 8
until
taxi via Charlie.
We are past Forum, really. So the way that we're going to do this is I'm just going to I'm just going to wait till we get past Forum, and then we'll descend, and we'll reset our altitude for, I don't know, 15,000. Anywhere in here is fine, so we'll set it for 15,000. And he said the runway 8 or 3 transition. So that's west. And runway 3. Expect RNAV RMP approach. I guess I could, he said runway 3 transition, but it's the same. To Campster, or let me see here. So RNAV runway 3, actually ILS 3. Could do an I'm just gonna do a visual, but I'm just curious what this shows. Wow, that's a huge arc. You could do RNP from, yeah, that would work, from Campster or Kirsten. So I could program in this RMP, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do a visual into the airport.
Number 72 Charlie, Eagle Tower, right turnout is approved, runway 25, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
Albuquerque. So yeah, we can start our descent now. So we're going to drop to 15,000. So we'll set this 15,000, and we'll initially set it for 1500 minus enter vertical speed, and we'll see where the banana bar puts us. So let's push this out and we'll hit vertical speed, and we need to be at joke low 15. Joke low 15. So that's not enough. So let's do 25. Albuquerque center, FlightJet 1309 is leaving 250.
FlightJet 1399, roger.
Alright, let's do flight level 180, that'll probably be easier. Flight level 180, and yeah, that puts me on track. So we'll cross Joklo at flight level 180. Actually, I could probably go even lower than that. We could do 17,000. So yeah, as long as I am under 18. So we're just stepping it down. We'll be at 250 there. So let's reset this for 270. Alright, and ATIS for Albuquerque is, I don't know. Nearest airports, Albuquerque. Frequencies, ATIS is, do com to active.
Albuquerque.
Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Tango. Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information, Tango. 1852 Zulu. Wind 230 at 5. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Temperature 20. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3032. Arriving and departing runway 38.
Albuquerque, approach 127.4.
Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery.
Albuquerque approach 127.4. FlightJet 1309. 127.4. Transfer.
Kilo Tango. 1852 Zulu. Wind 230 at 5. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Temperature 20. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3032. Arriving and departing runway 38. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignment. Hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Tango.
Albuquerque approach, FlightJet 1309, descending via the Lobo 3. Leaving 17,000, current with Tango. Request visual, runway 8.
FlightJet 1399, Albuquerque approach, roger. Expect that, altimeter 3032.
3032, and I plan on that, FlightJet 1309.
Boeing field clearance 0626 Bravo Whiskey IFR Bowerman Quebec Hotel Mike.
Number 626 Bravo Whiskey, Boeing clearance on request. Standby.
So this has a kind of like a VNAV, but it's not very accurate. So we need to be under 12 by here. So I set 10, so we'll step it down. And tower for this is 120.3. Tom 1, standby. So we're turning inbound.
New Star Mark 2150, short runway 8.
And we're going to be at 10,000
2153, Phoenix Tower, runway 8, cleared for takeoff, wind variable at 4. 8, cleared for takeoff, air 2750.
Be at 12,000.
2150.
Say 9, we'll say 9,000 at Campster, so let's just set 9,000. 9,000 at Campster, that's right on the money there. We should be between 9 and 12, so this is kind of like your VNAV line here.
Number 626 Bravo Whiskey, Boeing clearance, clear to Bowerman Airport, Kent 8, departure, Ziged. Radar vectors to the Olympia VOR, then as filed. Except on Victor 204, just continue all the way to the Hoquiam VOR and then direct. Climb and maintain 2,000, expect 6,000 within 5 minutes.
And we'll change
Seattle departure frequency is 120.4, squawk 6063.
Enter, back to that, nav.
0626 Bravo Whiskey, clear to the Bowerman Airport, Kent 8 departure, Zigat, radar vectors, Olympia VOR as filed, 2,000, expect 6,000, 5 minutes, 120.4, squawk 6063.
11,000.
Number 626 Bravo Whiskey on Victor 204 to the Hoquiam VOR, Hotel Quebec Mike, then direct, rest reback is correct.
Except I think I might be too fast. No, I'm still okay, so we have to slow to 210. Campster, so 210.
Okay, after the Olympia VOR, then the Hoquiam VOR, then direct 6 Bravo Whiskey.
That's why this is
after
not
Olympia,
very
Victor
accurate.
204, Hoquiam, then direct. So Victor 204 in between Olympia and the Hoquiam VORs.
Okay, Victor 204, then Hoquiam,
Landing
6 Bravo Whiskey.
Jet 1399, flight present heading, vectors, visual approach runway 8, descend to maintain 8,000.
Flight present heading, vectors for visual approach runway 8. And flight present heading, Jet 39.
Mary 2153, contact departure. Number 2, departure, Mary 2153.
Alright, true.
Departure, American 2153, 7,800 climbing by the SID. Mary 2153, Phoenix departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 210. Level 210, American 53.
You said 8,000? Did anybody hear him say 8,000?
Jet 1399, turn left heading 100, descend to maintain 8,000.
Left turn 100 and descend to 8,000 for Jet 1399.
321 Tango Bravo, Oakland Center, San Luis, altimeter 3011.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Jet 1399, airport, 12 o'clock, 12 miles report when you have it in sight.
Field in sight, Jet 1399.
Jet 1399, cleared visual approach, runway 8, contact tower 120.3.
Cleared visual approach, runway 8, tower 120.3, Jet 1399. Switch to tower. Albuquerque Tower, Jet 1399, visual runway 8.
Jet 1399, Albuquerque Tower, wind variable at 5, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land, Jet 1399. Alright, let me turn this off. This is busier than I thought. The airplane, that is. So I got up and down a few times. Okay. All right, it's 200 knots. We can go flaps takeoff. Ground is 0.9er. Got that set. And we're gonna exit right. And 60 knots. Gear traveling. .40 knots. Flaps full. Three green. Yaw damper is off. I thought the cruise would have been a hell of a lot longer than it was, but it wasn't that long. I thought it was going to be a lot longer. That's right. I'm okay with this because...
Correction, American 2153, climb and maintain flight level 230, contact Albuquerque Center 134.32.
230, 134.32, American 2153.
Got one white, one red.
500.
There is the Eclipse building.
300. 200.
I can hear traffic global is probably going to
Yeah,
run me over.
Archer, Skyhawk 4950 Hotel on the ground at Auburn, ready to copy IFR clearance to Bellingham.
30. 20.
American 2153, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 320. Sorry, somebody had an IFR request?
4950 Hotel at Auburn.
And we're going to coast down to the end. We're going to raise our flaps.
November 4950.
And you can't
Hotel,
do more than a
Devil departure
90-degree
request,
turn. So this first off-ramp we can't use because it actually is like a high speed going the other way. So we need to turn off at the next one. Yeah, so we can't go that way. We got to go Echo 7.
50 Hotel, the altitude you filed is invalid on the Blaco departure procedure, which is pretty much going to be required, I guess, with the visibility up at Auburn. 6,000 is your minimum available altitude. What's your intended cruise?
Got to stop after this high speed stop
I was
bar.
intending 4,000.
That's unavailable.
Okay, we could do 6,000.
Landing lights, strobes off.
Jet 1399, safe parking.
Cutter will work. Jet 1399.
Jet 1399 on Echo, cross runway 21 left turn Charlie, hold short of runway 12 at Charlie.
Cross 21 left at Echo. Echo to Charlie, and we'll hold short 12 at Charlie. Jet 1399. 2 at Charlie. Echo.
Number 4950
I see
Hotel,
the
sail
DME on the
departures, clear to
PFD.
Bellingham
Yeah, sorry, I
Airport,
haven't been able
Blaco
to
1
follow the
departure,
chat.
Blaco,
Things were moving pretty quickly there.
direct to Payne VOR,
Found the DME map
Victor
menu
23,
items VOR DME.
Whatcom VOR,
Map menu
direct,
items VOR. Map
climb and
menu.
maintain 3000, expect 6000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.4 and squawk 1352, hold for release.
Cross 21 at Echo.
Skyhawk 490 Hotel, clear to Bellingham, Blaco 1, departure, Blaco, direct to Payne, Victor 23 to Whatcom, and direct, altitude 3000, expect 6000 after 5 minutes, frequency 120.4, squawk 1352, and hold for release.
Number 4950 Hotel, your readback is correct. Just change initial altitude. Let's have you climbing all the way up to 6,000. Climb and maintain 6,000. Holding for release. Call me back this frequency. Shore the runway first and line ready to go.
Let's see.
Okay, I'll climb to 6,000 and I'll call you when I'm ready. 50 Hotel.
Map menu, and you said items VOR, so maybe there's an item. Map menu. Oh, items. Okay. How come it's not on this one?
Longfield ground, Sierra 626 Bravo Whiskey on the ramp at Alpha 5, information Echo, ready to taxi.
Number 626 Bravo Whiskey, Boeing, ground, runway 14 right, taxi via Alpha.
It's listed.
Runway 14 right via Alpha, Sierra 6 Bravo Whiskey.
Maybe I need to have it set up on this one somehow. It's Cutter over there. Probably go offline because I don't know how to get to the Eclipse building. To hold short 12. Okay. Ever taxied around Yuma Airport? I don't know. Yuma sounds familiar, but I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. What's the identifier for Yuma? If I saw the layout, I might remember. The map stuff is to display the location. Albuquerque Tower, Flight Jet 1309 is holding short 12 at Charlie.
Jet 1399, cross runway 12 at Charlie, right turn Golf to Cutter this frequency.
Cross 12 at Charlie, right turn Golf, and remain with you, Jet 1309. We'll see you. Alright, it's active runway. We'll turn on our strobes. NYL, worst layout design for an airport ever. I'll take a look at that once we get over here. I think I might be able to scoot over to the... I know Cutter is like in here. turn the strobe back off. Yeah, cutter does work. You can do cutter and the Eclipse all at the same area. So we'll go left here. Here's cutter. Go all the way to the Eclipse, people. I'll take a look at that airport layout here in a second. Here we are, home of the Eclipse. It was NYL, that sounds familiar. Oops. Oh yeah, I have flown out of here. Yeah, this is in the ZLA.
Boeing Tower, Sierra
This is where I
66
usually
Bravo
park.
Whiskey, ready for departure, 14 right.
Yeah, this is a crazy layout for sure. Even the controllers get lost.
626 Bravo Whiskey, Boeing Tower, wind 180 at 9er, gust 15, runway 14 right, cleared for takeoff.
Disconnected.
Yeah, even the controllers don't know how to get you around there. That is a very confusing layout for sure. Alright, taxi lights off. Engine shutdown. Let's do a replay. Well, that went way faster than I thought it would. I thought that was going to be a lot longer flight, but that's because the setup is like, there is no setup in this plane. You throw, what, 5 switches and some lights and you're done. Like, there's no setup. And these are all touchscreen, so it's like super fast. All right, Albuquerque, let me end that. And this overlay flight, and we'll do a replay of the landing. Half my flight was taxiing around this airport. I have to look, see which runway would have made more sense. Maybe a different runway would have made more sense. For cutter, I could have done runway 3. Actually, that would have made way more sense. Yeah. I'll show you why I say that here in a second. Butter landing. Ghost pilot, hey buddy. Ask the Eclipse folks about upgrading engines. I know, right? They need to. Looks like it's simpler than Albuquerque, just a lot of buildings. No, the taxi is like crazy. I agree with 7 Lima on that one. Yeah, so let me back that off. Or the luggage. So, yeah, there's a lot of buildings, but there's like crazy taxiways. That's what 7 Lima Yankee's talking about. Say this, like 7 or Zulu 3 to whatever this is, to up here, cross a runway. I mean, it's crazy trying to taxi around this area. And there's FBOs all over the place. Then there's military stuff, I think, here too, right? Anyway, runway 3 would have made way more sense instead of 8. So next time I'm going to make a note to land on 3, because I could have just done like an F1 or even a Charlie exit, and I wouldn't have had to cross any runways. This way, I had to cross this runway and then cross this runway. So yeah, for this flight, I'm just going to make a note to land on 3 in the future, unless the runway is closed. You got Cutter here, and Eclipse is here. That was a total greaser. Yeah. Yeah, the landing rate was negative 92. That plane's super simple to land. But yeah, I covered everything I was really going to cover on the arrival. The only thing I misjudged was the time it would take to descend on the Star. So he said to descend here 28. So you could do the math, I guess. You could do like, I have a precision calculator that I use, which is helpful. See if I can get you the link. I use this every now and then for trying to figure out my descent. So I just punch in the distance and the initial altitude and target altitude, and then it will actually give me, oh, and the speed, and then it will calculate the descent profile for you. So that helps. And plus this kind of had like a VNAV assisted identifier inside on, where was it? Right here. So it had a kind of a VNAV, but it wouldn't capture it or anything like that. It's kind of like the CRJ, the butterfly, the snowflake on the CRJ. But I use that calculator when I don't have other means of trying to figure out the vertical speed. This has the banana bar, which makes it pretty easy. At least you know where you're going to end up. You just adjust your vertical speed accordingly. That's the way I did it on this flight, at least. All right, guys. Good flight. Let me see. Tomorrow, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I've got plans in the afternoon, and I got plans with you guys tomorrow evening. So if anyone else that is around that has a PilotEdge subscription, or if you just want to give it a try, you have a 2-week trial that you can do for free. 7 Lima Yankee, myself, and Das will be doing the San Juan Adventure tomorrow evening, Saturday evening at 8 Eastern. So if anybody wants to partake in that, just shoot me a PM or whisper or something, and I'll get the info. And Coast Pilot, I don't remember if you have a PilotEdge description or not. If you do, you're more than welcome to join us for the San Juan Adventure. We'll be kicking that off at 8 p.m. Eastern at Friday Harbor. Will be our starting airport. Could you do 3 if they landing 8 per ATIS? Usually in ATIS they have both either, 3 and 8. Like even this 8 is showed both of them were available, and I just happened to pick 8 because when I fly my airliners into here, I usually land on 8. So I didn't even think of runway 3. I think about FedEx because the ramp, FedEx ramp is here. So I didn't even think about FBO. Goes a plane. You don't, but I'll catch the stream. Yeah, I might stream it. It depends how hectic it gets. I might stream tomorrow night if there's enough interest in that. So yeah, but I'm not going to promise I will, but I might. Probably a good chance I will, especially since I'm not going to stream tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm planning to go to a state park with the wife. We're going to get some sun, get outdoors, do something. Hint, hint. Yeah, I'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably feel up to it. But otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow evening. Guys, enjoy your Friday. See you soon. Chase out.
In 9000, that's switchboard 68. Greeley Airport, climb maintain level 230.
360 heavy, Clippers approach runway 35 left, maintain 190 knots.
Visual 35 left, 190 knots, United, 360 heavy.
Got 5946, 13-4, descending via the ski, 35 left.
Got 5946, have approach to Roger. Southwest 939, maintain 170 knots or greater to Diamond.
170 or greater to Diamond, Southwest 939.
Skywest 5093, the heavy jet you follow is 11 o'clock, 5 miles, returning inbound at 10,500.
Traffic in sight, Skywest 5093.
5093, turn left heading 020, follow the Boeing 767 Heavy, caution wake turbulence, cleared visual approach, runway 35 left.
Heading 020 and cleared visual 35 left, Skywest 5093.
Southwest 939, reduce speed now 170 to Diamond and contact tower 133.3.
Slowing down to 170 and 33.3, Southwest 939.
Skywest 5093, reduce speed to 190.
Speed 190, Skywest 5093.
Fluxjet 425, reduce speed to 190.
Speed 190, Fluxjet 425. 982, confirm descend 9000.
West 92, 9000, heading 270.
70, 9000, Volaris 98.
West 92, and reduce speed to 190.
190 speed, Volaris 98.
Sky 5166, Denver approach, runway 35 right, reduce speed to 210, flyer present heading, and vector to final, we set to maintain 12000.
12000, present heading, 210, 35 right, Skywest 5166.
Thanks. United 2395, traffic off the left and RJ for the parallel, reduce speed to 170 to France.
178 France, United 2395.
Picking up the latest time.
Oscar 5287, Denver approach, altimeter 3027, equipment 35 left, visual approach.
Very good. 3027, 35 left, front side 3 and
468, traffic off the right side for the parallels in RJ7, 170 knots or greater to court.
Traffic inside 170, about to course, guys, 6468.
5564, turn left heading 080.
080, Sky 5564.
425, turn left heading 020 to join final, cleared visual approach, runway 35 left.
Roger left 020 to join the final, runway 35 left, visual. Fluxjet 425.
Jet 425, maintain 190 knots, still advised.
Maintaining 190 till advised, Fluxjet 425.
3000, just speed to 210.
Zimmer for the maker transition.
0 knots to Diamond.
170 Diamond, United 360.
Skywest 3142, contact tower 133.3.
Skywest 3142.
Skywest 5093, maintain 170 knots to Diamond.
170 to Diamond, Skywest 5093.
Fluxjet 425, maintain 170 knots to Diamond.
170 to Diamond, Fluxjet 425.
1125, flighting 060, maintain 10,000.
Heading 06010,000, United 1125.
Approach guys, 4709 out of 14.7, sending via the Nix information, Lima.
Yes, 4709 approach, final runway 35 left, flighting 280, maintain 2000.
Heading 280, 12,000 skies, 4709, present heading, sorry, 280 heading.
Out of 360, heavy traffic up your right and left for parallel runways.
United 360.
This time, Larry 982.
Last 92, clear visual approach, runway 35 right, reduce speed to 170 to France.
Here is approach runway